Hi, and welcome to class. My name is Hilary Geen. I'm your instructor this term for Soc 112, which is an introduction to sociology. I've been teaching at SNU for about 10 years. I also teach at the local university here in Wilmington, North Carolina, some sociology courses, and I do some higher education consulting for a consulting firm and do some market research kind of on the side. And I'm super excited to jump in and start class with you all. I wanted to go over our weekly schedule in this brief video and how to navigate the classroom and how to be successful with your assignments. Okay, so let's start with the weekly schedule. We have discussions most weeks, not every week, but almost every week in class. And when we do, your initial post is due on Thursday by 11:59 p.m. Then you have two response posts that are due by Sunday, again by 11:59 p.m. So let's say you miss the deadline for your initial post on Thursday. Yikes, life happens. That doesn't mean you can't post a discussion post for the week. You can post all the way until Sunday, even the initial post, but you'll have points off for being late. So be sure to try to make that deadline of Thursday by 11:59 p.m. And then for your two response posts to classmates, those are due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. All other assignments in class, your milestone assignments and your worksheets are all due on Sundays by 11:59 p.m. So that makes it kind of easy to remember. Everything is due on Sundays by 11:59 p.m. except for your initial discussion posts. Those are due on Thursdays by 11:59 p.m. And it's pretty much the same in every class you take, so it makes it easier to remember that kind of generic weekly schedule. Okay, so let's kind of go through the classroom in Module 1 and look at, how to navigate the classroom and how to be successful. So to begin, you'll notice behind me, I'm sharing my screen, and what you see is kind of the landing page when you log into class. And on this landing page, well, this is my view, you wouldn't have quick eval, but here we have the announcements. It's really important to read the announcements each week because I will provide tips and strategies to help you with your assignments. I also provide, some supplemental content that's of interest. So I hope to add depth to the course and depth to your understanding in the announcements, but also, like I said, tips for your assignments to help avoid common pitfalls. Okay, next, if you click on course menu and go to learning modules, here you can access whatever module we are in. We are in week 1, so we're in module 1. So let's click on module 1. It's always important to read the overview and the introduction of the module. And then in reading and resources, if you click on this, you get to see the required reading for the week, and you have to do this to be able to carry out your assignment. So for instance, this week, you can't really do the module 1, so worksheet, the sociological observation without having read chapter 1, and also understanding the sociological imagination, so watching this video, and understanding really what sociology is. So it's important to do all the reading for the week before doing your assignments and before posting on the discussion board. So these readings help you with those. So in reading and resources, you see that this week you have to read chapter 1. You have an article and a video to watch and one more article. Then you also have a library resource and an APA reference list and a supporting resource list because this week you also have to cite a scholarly source for your Module 1 worksheet. So let's look at what's due this week. Okay, so you've already read the introduction, the overview, gone over your reading and resources, and done your reading. So to get started, you would just click on 1-1 discussion getting started after reading the description to see what you need to write about. So this week, it's all about getting to know you. So you'll tell me a little bit about yourself. And then you're going to dive in, read the prompt, and address the prompt on the discussion board. You also have a worksheet that's due this week, a sociological observation that you're going to conduct. Um, Like I said, be sure to do the reading before you conduct this observation. And you're going to have to cite at least one scholarly source. And I think this trips students up the first week because you're not used to using scholarly sources yet. A great source, feel free to actually cite your textbook this week. Um, Normally, you wouldn't do that for, say, an academic paper you're writing. For any of your milestones, don't cite your textbook. But this week, for your sociological observation for your worksheet, you can absolutely cite your textbook about the beginner's mind, taking on the beginner's mind to conduct this observation. You could cite something you've learned about the sociological imagination in the reading this week for this worksheet. Otherwise, look up a scholarly source that helps you explain what you observed conducting this observation, because you're collecting data, but the data you're collecting is your observations. So use a scholarly source that helps you frame that in a sociological way. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or post a question on the discussion board in the general questions forum. Be sure for every single assignment to read the guidelines and rubric document. If you click on this, it'll open up a document that explains the assignment. So it goes into greater detail explaining what you need to do and how you need to do it. It also shares the rubric that I use to grade. All right, let's see. Okay. Furthermore, at the end of this week, by the end of this week, you need to review the final project guidelines and rubric. And this is so you can understand how all of your assignments fit together this term. So all of your milestone assignments make up the final project that you're going to be working towards over the course of this term. So milestone 1, 2, and 3 are your final project. When you submit milestone 1, you're actually submitting part of the final project. I'll give you feedback, then you'll have an opportunity to revise it before submitting milestones 1, 2, and 3 put together as your final project. All right, so I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone on the discussion board. Don't forget to post by Thursday. If you have any questions, please email me or post a question on the general questions forum on the discussion board.